All rise. Judge Vonda B court is now in session. Judge, this is the case of the cook.
Thank you.
Welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Ms. Cook, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, Your Honor, I've got a 13-year-old daughter and a ex-husband that's decided to start his life over, but I can't do that because I've got a child to take care of, and I need some help doing that.
Buckle up. A hard-working mom supports her daughter, while the dad says he can't pay child support because he's a full-time law student. Should being in school excuse financial duties? Or does parenthood come first no matter what? The judge will decide in a case full of surprising turns.
I start his life over. He remarried.
He's decided to go back to school.
That's a good thing, right?
That's fine, but it doesn't help us any.
Okay, you mean financially?
Financially, right.
Okay, what type of activities are your daughter, involved in?
She wants to do cheerleading, and she's on student council.
Okay. And I'm assuming student council costs, they have a membership fee or something?
They have membership fees, and they have a lot of activities that they do that they're involved in because it's kind of a leadership thing, and so they have a lot of things that they have to go to as well.
Okay. All right, and you're just looking for some financial assistance?
And just asking for some help.
Sounds pretty straightforward, sir. Is there a reason why you don't want to give her any money to pay for your daughter?
He's remarried and back in school, but does that cancel his past responsibilities? Mom's still raising their child with no reset button. The issue isn't just personal growth. It's about what's fair for the child. Can his life change outweigh his parental duty? Let's see how the judge responds.
Well, it's not that I don't want to pay, it's just I'm not working at all. I'm a full-time student.
Okay.
My tuition is paid for, and I've got a Pell Grant, and I get basically $3,200 for a school year to help cover my living expenses as well. So,
do they break that up by semester?
It's broken up by semester. I have to maintain grades and stay in school. I have to prove that to be able to continue to receive the grant. So just trying to further my education. I understand my daughter's important to me. I love her very much, but I'm going back to law. I'm trying to get into law school, so I'm trying to figure out how to better it in the long run.
Okay, that sounds pretty fair, ma'am. Are you aware that he gets this Pell Grant money?
Yes, ma'am, I am. But I know a lot of students also work at least a part-time job.
Right.
And
Dad claims he's a full-time student with no job, but he still has income. Should educational funds be untouchable? Or should child support still come first? It's a tough balance. Judge Vonda B must decide whether ambition can excuse financial support. This is where the law meets reality.
money he's getting with the Pell Grant, I know it's not a lot, but again, I'm only a daycare worker, so I don't get a lot of money either, and I need some help even just with her normal everyday things. I'm paying for her insurance as it is, and just trying to keep things going is difficult.
Right, I understand, but you can't squeeze blood out of a rock. Okay, you understand that, right?
Yes.
He's only going to be obligated to pay whatever it is that he has as income. Although some students may work, not all full-time students have a job either. I mean, you have to take that into consideration. So
Mom isn't letting his excuses fly. She argues that many students manage jobs while in school. So why can't he? If others can juggle responsibilities, what makes him different? The pressure is rising, and Judge Vonda is taking note. It's not about comfort, it's about accountability.
Based on the information that he provided and that the testimony that you both gave, him confirming the amount of money that he receives from going to school, and you knowing that, that's all he's going to be obligated to give you at the moment. Now, later, at some time when he does, presumably go to law school or anything like that, you can receive extra money after he starts working. But as for right now, I can't take more from him than what he has. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So $3,200 per school year is not even, he's not even making a full year worth of that money. You said a semester is broken down, so like $1,600 or so.
Judge Vonda clarifies, the court can't order payment from non-existent money. That leaves mom covering most costs alone. It may not be fair, but the law has limits. Until dad earns more, mom carries the weight. This temporary reality hits hard but keeps the case open.
That's about right. So I'm living with somebody else that's going to school, so we're helping split the expenses, trying to make it last as long as we possibly can.
Right. So ma'am, based on what he's telling me, and I have to assume his testimony is true until you provide me with anything different, that's all he has at this time. So that's all that I can calculate off of. So because of that, $3,200 is not a lot of money. So I would have to base his child support on minimum wage. You understand?
Yes,
Okay.
any sort of help would help.
Okay, it's something. You know, it may not cover everything, but you also work. So until he's able to get a better, not necessarily a better job because he's not working right now, but maybe, as he keeps going through school, he may get more money from a Pell Grant. We don't necessarily know, but until that happens, he'll be at the...
Revelation alert. Dad is splitting expenses with his new partner, lowering his cost of living. If his bills are lighter, shouldn't he contribute more? Mom's point gains strength. The judge might reconsider his financial flexibility now that the full picture is becoming clearer. This could shift everything.
So gross of minimum wage is $1,256. Net of $1,134.87, which brings your monthly obligation to $226.97. That's based on minimum wage. Okay? All right. Would that $226 help cover something with student council?
Yes,
something
ma'am.
with cheer?
The judge makes it official. Child support will be based on minimum wage since dad has no actual income. It's a legal baseline, not a loophole. But here's the twist. Once his earnings rise, so will his payment. Dad's future success will directly impact what he owes.
So I just needed some help. I wasn't expecting him to do everything.
Okay. All right. And sir, you understand that, correct?
So when does that start?
That starts today.
Okay.
That obligation starts today. Just know that in the future, when you get a job or you start receiving more money for some reason from your Pell Grant, you have an obligation to report that. And if you don't, she can actually report it and bring you back to court. And at that time, you will be paying more than minimum wage and child support. Just want to make sure you understand.
Mom isn't demanding full coverage, just help. That's the purpose of child support. Shared responsibility, not punishment. Even a small contribution matters. The court agrees to a manageable amount for now, recognizing both sides. The question remains, is this truly fair, or just the best temporary solution?
Become a big-time lawyer one day and, for some reason your child is still under the age of 18, your child support can still go up.
Judge Vonda gives Dad a glimpse into his future. If he becomes a successful lawyer, his child support could skyrocket. Today's payment may seem small, but it's just the beginning. It's a reminder. Ambition brings bigger responsibilities, especially when children are involved. This case is just warming up.
I got it.
Okay, any questions from either of you?
Yeah.
Okay, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
The final verdict. Dad must pay based on current income. Being a student doesn't erase parenthood, but the law won't force money he doesn't have. It's a balanced decision. What do you think? Should the amount have been higher? Share your thoughts and stay tuned for more legal drama.